Have you ever heard of buzzword nanomedicine and you wonder what it is? Uh, Let me give you a simple, brief introduction so you will know something about it. So, what is nanomedicine? Well, I can broadly define nanomedicine as use of nanomaterial for diagnostic purpose or therapeutic purpose. An example as, like in the case of drug delivery, you use nanomaterial to deliver things to treat cancer, to treat hepatitis, infection, immune disorder, etc., whatever the disease that you try to tackle with. Or, like in the case of gene delivery, you can use nanomaterial for gene therapy, for stem cell research, or you can use nanomaterial in the in vitro testing and in vivo imaging. Also, like in vivo device coding, bone substitutes, dental and tissue engineering, etc. So it is widely spread. Here's some example of types of nanomaterial. On the left side, we call it soft nanoparticle, and these soft nanoparticle examples include like a liposome. Liposome is just a layer of bilipid, and then you can have the drug or whatever the molecule you want to deliver encapsulated inside the core of the ribosome, or you can have in the bilayer. And you can also make using emulsion polymerization to enclose the drug inside emulsion nanoparticle. And then you have polymeric micelle, dendrimers, nanogels, nanocapsule. So all of these nanoparticle has very softness, like the shape is kind of like a skin, can fluctuate. And then on the right side, you have metallic particles. These are hard particles, like gold nanoparticle, silver nanoparticle, or quantum dots, or silicon nanoparticle, magnetic nanoparticle, carbon nanotube, and then you can have a hybrid of any of these. So the nanomaterial can encompassing all kinds of the material from soft to hard, and both worlds can be combined together. Now, here's a roadmap for nanomedicine development. It probably started actually in the late 1980s to the early 1990s, and that's where the basic nanoscience research began. The scientists began able to prepare these nanoparticles and find unique properties associated with nanoparticle and try to find applications begin to be developed. And then later, you have preclinical animal studies. And once you have the good results from preclinical animal study, you can move on to the clinical study, where you actually really takes about at least 1 to 7 years, and then have commercial product. So now this is taken from a review article written in 2013 Nanomedicine. So as you can tell by 2013, there's a lot of nanomedicine that has been commercialized. And this is an example of nanomedicine devices as of March 2011, so that's a decade ago. These are the example of number of application of product for in vitro testing, in vivo imaging, and bone substitutes. So some of the major example is like Faradex. This is used in the in vivo imaging. It's a Faradex IV. That's a magnetic nanoparticle. And then CellTrax, in vitro cell search. This is used in cancer diagnosis to detecting circulating tumor cell. These are the two examples that you can find. And a lot is in the investigation stage or commercialized stage. This is nanomedicine therapeutics as of March 2011. You have therapeutic meaning like you deliver the material on the drugs for therapeutic purpose for cancer treatment. For example, liposome enclosing the dog cell to treat the cancer, or you can use emulsion polymerization that enclosing durezol for drug delivery purpose. So there's several disease that has been targeted with the nanomedicine. So the nanomedicine has been predicted there will be a nano-enabled product grew worldwide from 339 billion from 2010 to about 731 billion in 2012 and more than $1 trillion in 2013. And the revenue from the United States alone is 110 billion in 2010, and then in 2013, 318 billion. I have not checked it. What's the value now? It would be interesting to see what's the revenue in the nanomedicine market. So, okay, I looked up what's the update nanomedicine market. I just Googled it, and this is what I found for in US dollar. I believe this is worldwide nanomedicine market size in 2021 was showing as 377 billion. So that was actually inconsistent with the data that's shown previously in the 2014, which is already predicted 300 something in 2010, but seems like it's kind of flat. But nevertheless, here is the new predicted data. 2030 is going to be increased to 964 billion. So this isn't an overall outlook. What is the future of nanomedicine and how it can be handled in treating disease? You start from nanoparticle synthesis, liposome, inorganic particle, and then you need to characterize these materials. And you also have polymer, protein. These naturally fall under the nanometer size. And in order for you to apply to any real FDA approved application, you will have to go through in vitro study, animal studies, and clinical trials in human. And you will go through phase 1 safety, phase 2 efficacy, phase 3 with large population or long-term safety monitoring. So this is an area that we need a lot of future STEM work that comes to be prepared, to be engaged in the study. So for this field of study, we really need the knowledge from different disciplines, from physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, and no one can fully be training everything. So communication is the key. We need to communicate with people with different backgrounds and understand each other, and a lot of patience, a lot of discussion, and I would say a lot of collaborations. Different people with different skill sets come together, listen to each other, understand each other's language, and work together, work collaboratively. And of course, this all starts from bright, dedicated students first. That lead me to talk about the need of the education of future STEM workers in the field. So from a job market perspective preparation, we know that education of STEM worker in nanomedicine is really needed. And the type of skill sets that the student need to be prepared for, they have to be aware of what is nanomaterial and how this nanomaterial is different, can be prepared, can be detected, can be used. So this is the kind of research field that we are in. We want to give a good education to the future STEM students that you are ready when you graduate to be engaged in the market development using nanoparticle.